This is the school evaluation section. Only evaluators have access to this area. Here you have the name of a teacher you're evaluating. Okay? Below is a picture of the teacher if they upload a picture. To the right you have the criteria the teacher will be evaluated upon. The criteria is different for headmasters, deputy teachers, and regular teachers. Down here you see a circle, and the more circles there are, the more teachers to evaluate. And clicking next after filling out the form, you move to the next teacher. But because there's only one teacher to be evaluated here, there's only one circle. And once you're done, you hit submit. Right. Clicking here takes us to the self-assessment area. In the self-assessment area, entering a different score, if you notice the progress bar up here, changes the self-assessed quality score. Okay? Why? Because data is being registered in the database, so it is dynamic. Every time you change the score, new data is being saved to the database. Now, the self-score is not used in calculating your teacher's score. It is there for self-reflection and as a comparison to what the evaluators thought of you. Over here is where you enter the class assessment for the current term. If you did not teach any classes, you simply click on this and set the number of classes to 0. Okay? And you save this change. If you did teach classes, select the number of classes you taught. Okay? For example, if you taught 5 classes, 5 options. Okay? Now you go through and fill out these fields. The first column over here is the cohort column. It represents the different cohorts. So C means class, meaning all students in the class. F means female students in the class, so only the female students in the class. M means male students in the class. Enter the subject name here. Select the grade this course was offered to here. Enter the highest mark scored by each cohort here. It's bounded at 100 and 0. Select the number of students above average for each cohort in this column. Enter the average score for each cohort in this column. Enter the number of students below average for each cohort in this column. And enter the lowest mark scored for each cohort in this column. Once you're done with all the courses you teach, click Save Changes. All the fields must be filled out to save changes. Over here you have the appraisal report section. This section shows you your performance history over time. Now, with the graph at the top, you can restrict which trend chart you want to look at by clicking on the available options. For instance, if we only want to look at the teacher score, we've clicked on student performance and quality score, and only teacher score remains. Okay? The more data points you have, the longer the chart gets. For instance, in this example, we only have 3 terms of data. This evaluation table down here shows the evaluation criteria you were evaluated upon. E means the average evaluator score. S means your self-score. And one thing to note is that S is not used to calculate your T-score. Only the E score is used. Your T-score is comprised of 50% evaluator score and 50% student performance rating. If you are a deputy teacher and you teach any classes, we use the average score in the classes you taught as your student performance rating down here. If you are a deputy teacher and you do not teach any classes, we use the average score produced by all the teachers at your level. So if you're a high school teacher, we use the average score of all the high school teachers. And if you're a junior school teacher, we use the average score of all the junior school teachers. If you are a headmaster, we use the average score produced by all the teachers at your level, so high school or junior school, irrespective of whether you taught classes or not. Down here you have a chart comparing self-score and evaluator score. Clicking the self-score button, you can restrict the chart to just the evaluator score to see what the evaluators rate you lowest on. Below this, we have 3 summary graphs for the term we are looking at. The first chart shows your quality score. The second chart shows your student performance rating, and the third chart shows your T-score or teacher score. Finally, the data is continuous. It starts at term 3 and goes down through to term 1. Now up here we have the grades recorded for this term. These are the grades that were used to compute your student performance rating or SPR score. If you are a headmaster or deputy head that does not teach, we show only the ranges because we cannot tell how many students are above or below average because we don't have distinct student data. But if we scroll down here, before you were promoted, while you were a teacher or deputy head teacher who taught classes, we can show you the averages and number of students above and below for the different cohorts. To the right, we have a table of averages. And up here, if you click on your name, you get directed to your profile. And provided you have filled out your education and employment history, it will look like this.